Welcome to the show, the Director of Marketing, Jessica Boothe. Jessica, how are you?
Doing well. How are you, Randy?
Not bad. We appreciate your time. So let's talk about the Consumer Electronics Show. I've been very fortunate to cover and broadcast for many years from the CES, and I never know how to even explain it. It's like, I don't know. It's the coolest event of the year. 1-point-something million square feet of electronics from big to small. So how do you describe the CES?
You know, it's funny that you mentioned the Super Bowl. I kind of think of it as the Super Bowl for technology. It's where all the big brands, all the big thought leadership is coming together to showcase all the latest innovation.
And it's from, you know, there's cars there, and then there's like, you know, the back of the snap things that go to the back of your phone. So it's literally anything electronics that some is out, some will be out in a year or two. And it takes days, literally, to cover everything that goes on in that week.
You're absolutely right. It does take days to walk through the entire show floor, and we're covering technology such as the mobility, the EV sector, which now encompasses sea and air, as well as beauty tech, food tech. We're really covering so much more these days with digital health and sustainability and AI, which has been a really hot topic this year.
You know, when I first started covering it, I can't even tell you how long ago it was because I don't remember. You know, all people would talk about was like TVs, you know, radios, you know, and now, like you said, some of the other tech, the health tech, you know, the apps, you know, that can basically help keep people alive that we don't think about. Just by wearing a ring, it can tell you if your blood pressure is going up or down, or it's just incredible the things that we learn each and every year out there.
That's absolutely right. We're definitely seeing technology spanned across so many different verticals, and we're seeing a lot of different technology that is cutting across all verticals, and that really is AI, sustainability, and accessibility. So we're going to be really watching this trend going into 2024 and specifically looking to see how that technology continues to help advance those technologies across all the different categories that you were just mentioning.
Talk about how long it takes you and your team and everybody else involved in putting something of this stature together year in and year out.
Oh, it is a year-long production. So Consumer Tech Association is located on the East Coast. And fun fact, we are actually celebrating 100 years as an organization, and wow. We'll be celebrating that at the show and throughout 2024. But we have a team that works on it throughout the entire year. And, you know, why we're focused on 2024, we're actually already thinking about all the future years as well.
You know, I asked this question, you know, and people will always tell me, well, I can't answer that. It's like, you know, which would be your favorite child? Well, we all have favorite children, let's be honest. So my question is, what are some products that you're looking forward to of the, you tell me how many millions or billions of products that'll be out there next week. Is there something that intrigues you for us to come out and cover?
So great question, and you're right. It's hard to pick a favorite because we'll have over 3,500 exhibitors and over 1,000 startups. You kind of touched on some of the products that are going to be really big in terms of themes, like mobility. I'm really excited to see how mobility services, such as the advanced driver technologies in the car, are advancing. As well as beauty tech, which is officially part of the show floor, and food and ag tech, which is really expanding in the unveiled Las Vegas. And we're going to have a tasting area this year. So I would definitely recommend making sure you hit up Unveil so you can get part of that tasting event while the spoon is there.
Food always is intriguing for me.
Yeah, you are a foodie.
Me as well.
You know, it's funny. This is also the longest running sports show that covers certain sports ever. And, we've been to so many events that Matt gives me a hard time because one of the criteria is the food. And, what's the food there? Is it, when we went to Japan, I went to cover 2 events in Japan because I wanted to go experience the food in Japan. So I'm always intrigued to come cover the CES, but when there's food involved, all of a sudden I'm more intrigued.
Actually, I don't know the menu for the tasting yet. I just know that they're going to be part of Unveiled with a tasting area. So it'll be a surprise to me as well as you. So I'm very excited to see what they're bringing.
We'll be surprised together.
This is true. We'll be surprised together, but I do think it's something that'll be very interesting. And again, just showing that evolution of the show and how it is expanding to all these different categories, such as food tech.
So Jessica, along the food and Randy's love for food concept, drone, food delivery. I mean, is that part of the show? Obviously.
Well, drones have been out there for years.
Right, but I mean, if we could get Randy his dinner delivered to his chair,
I never have to leave
by drone, and just lands in his lap, you would make his whole life. I mean, it would be the greatest day of his career.
So we are seeing advances again in mobility that will help with getting people from point A to B faster. One of the ones that I was really interested in is a foldable kind of, it's not necessarily a motorcycle, but it's a foldable electric option. So I think that would get Randy his food faster. What do you think?
I think so. I mean, he even thought about putting a microwave in his glove box, just so you could heat up a Hot Pocket while he drives.
Yeah, that's so I don't have to stop. Jessica, where can more people, where can, my national audience, where can they, read up on the CES? Obviously, not everybody can come and cover it. It's a credentialed event. But where can the audience get more information, read some more stories about some of these items that'll be out there to be covered next week?
Great question. Like you mentioned, it is an industry event, but everybody can follow along with us at CES Tech. TECK. Oh, sorry, TEH. It's been a long day as we get ready, but CES TECH. And as you guys will be out there on the show floor, they can be listening into you as we talk about all the trends that are coming out of the show this year.
Absolutely. We'll be out there all week, next week broadcasting.
So Jessica, just before I let you go, you said like there's a section you have 1,000 new startup vendors. Is that correct?
That is correct. So part of our show is called Eureka Park, and we'll have startups from across the globe coming in to kind of show what the newest innovation is. So really excited to see what they're bringing.
And what's the process? Because I have a great friend who has an automated vault company, and if you wanted to be a part of your show, is it too late for this year? Like, would you go on the website and register for next year, or are there other locations around the world?
Get involved, for sure.
I will say it's never too late because if you go to CES.tech, there is a place that says exhibit, and you will see the different options.
Oh, excellent. That's great. Great information.
Yeah, so for innovation or the different places. So yeah, definitely have your friends look up CES.tech and go to exhibit.
That's TECH.
Yes, TECH.
Awesome. Jessica, thank you very much for your time, and hopefully we can run across each other either at Unveiled or on the CES floor next week.
That would be fantastic. I look forward to seeing you both there, and thank you so much for covering CES. We're really excited to see everyone there.
It'll be a lot of work and a lot of fun at the same time.
Exactly. Really looking forward to it.
Thanks, Jessica. Thank you for your time. That is Jessica Boothe. She is the Director of Marketing for the CES, the CTA, and it's incredible. It's like, I talk about it, it's like, I don't know, Best Buy on steroids.
Right. Yeah.
It's like every Best Buy in America in one
3,500 vendors at one exhibit.
I've been 20-some years, and I guarantee you I haven't seen everything.
And they bring concerts and celebrities. I mean, it's a big deal, right? I mean, they have events and